Okay, what if I told you that you could build a really powerful modern app that works completely offline, saves all of your data, but has no server at all? I know, it sounds a little bit like magic, but it's not. It's actually a super clever way of using tools that are already built right into your web browser. And in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how it all works.
So let's just get right to the big question. Can an app really remember you, save all your work, and function perfectly fine when you're offline, all without talking to a backend server? The answer is a huge, definite yes. And the secret sauce is something called local storage.
So what even is an app without a server? It just sounds impossible, doesn't it? Like, where does everything live? Let's get really clear on what we mean when we talk about a front-end-only application. Well, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. We are talking about an application where there's zero server-side logic, no external database to connect to, and no API calls flying back and forth across the internet. Everything, the code, your data, the logic, it all runs completely on your device, right inside your web browser. The whole thing is totally self-contained. And, this isn't just some quirky thought experiment. It's incredibly practical. Just imagine a notes app that works perfectly when you're on the subway with no signal, or a to-do list you can update on an airplane, or maybe a prototype you can send to a colleague without having to set up a whole server environment. For personal tools and for getting ideas off the ground quickly, this approach is an absolute game changer. So, how do we actually pull this off? Well, it all comes down to two key pieces of technology working together, almost like a perfect team. You can think of them as the architect and the memory for our little serverless application. First up, we have React, which is our UI architect. React's whole job is to build the user interface, everything you actually see and interact with on the screen. It does this by breaking the UI down into these small, reusable pieces called components, kind of like Lego bricks. But the real magic of React is that it automatically updates the screen anytime the data changes. That's what makes the app feel so fast and so responsive. Our second magic ingredient is local storage. Think of this as the browser's own built-in memory, a little digital lockbox where our app can safely store information. Now, the absolutely crucial part here is that this data persists. It stays there even if you close the tab, close the browser, or restart your whole computer. It's ready and waiting for the next time you open the app. All right, so now that we've met our two key players, React and local storage, let's look at how they manage data together. It's kind of like this little dance between short-term memory and long-term memory, and once you get this, everything else will click into place. See, React's state is like the app's short-term memory. It holds all the data that's currently being used and displayed on the screen. When that state data changes, the UI updates in a flash. But, and this is a big but, if you reload the page, poof, that state is gone forever. And that's exactly where local storage comes in. It's the app's long-term memory. It's where we save the important stuff so we can pick up right where we left off, even after a refresh. Okay, theory is great and all, but let's make this feel real. We're going to walk through the data flow of a simple Notes app. This will let us see exactly how the information moves from that long-term memory onto the screen and then right back into memory again. So here's how the loop works. Step 1, when you first open the app, it immediately checks local storage for any saved notes. Step 2, it loads those notes into React State and they instantly pop up on your screen. Step 3, as you add a new note or edit an old one, you're actually just updating that state in real time, and React makes sure the UI updates instantly. Then, and here's the most important part, Step 4, that updated list of notes is immediately and automatically saved right back to local storage. Your work is never lost. That's the whole loop.
Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds pretty complicated to actually code. But you would be surprised at just how simple it is. We're not going to do a full coding tutorial here, but I do want to show you that's right, just 2 key lines of JavaScript that make this whole data loop possible.
This is it. This one single line is what the app runs when it first starts up. All it's doing is saying, hey, local storage, can you please get me the item I saved under the name Notes? That's it. That's how we get all of our saved data back. You can think of it as the wake up and remember what you were doing command.
And here's the other side of the coin. Whenever you make a change to your notes, any change at all, this line of code runs. It just says, hey, local storage, I have an updated list of notes for you. Please store it under the name Notes. This one line acts like an automatic, invisible save button that's always working for you.
So, okay, we've just built a simple little Notes app in our heads. That's cool. But this is so much more than just a neat party trick. Understanding this concept is a truly fundamental building block in all of modern software development.
let's just quickly recap what we've actually covered here. You now understand the core ideas of React State. You see how to make data persist without a database, and you get the whole philosophy behind designing offline-first apps. This isn't just some clever workaround. It's a powerful architectural pattern that's used in countless real-world applications.
And that, right there, is the key takeaway. This simple idea of keeping your app's live data separate from its long-term storage is a core concept in modern software. It's used in everything from simple web apps like our Notes example to complex mobile apps and even massive enterprise dashboards. You've basically just unlocked one of the core secrets to building modern, resilient apps. So now you have the blueprint, you understand the architecture, and you've seen how simple the code can be. The only real question left is, with this newfound power to create fast, offline, serverless applications, what are you going to build first?